Hello everybody, today my group will introduce about the Senkaku Island dispute topic for you, and then this video, if you have any question about that, please ask my group. The Senkaku Islands contain 8 uninhabited islands and rocks with total area of about 7 square kilometers in the sea transit between Japan, China and Taiwan. These islands are controlled by Japan. So, the first title is China's land and Japan's land. China has claimed that they were aware of the islands from the 15th century, and both China and Taiwan claim that these islands have been a part of Chinese territory since the 16th century. However, the Japanese claim that when the islands were surveyed by them in the 1800s, it were uninhabited and showed no sign of Chinese occupation. The Senkaku Islands were subsequently incorporated into Japanese territory in 1895 after their victory in the First Sino-Japanese War. The islands really came under American occupation in 1945 when Japan surrendered at the end of World War II, but was soon returned in 1972. Before 1971, neither China nor Taiwan made any claim to the territorial sanctity of the islands, and neither government expressed any objection to Chinese sovereignty over the islands. In the late 1960s, the Pan-Pacific Economic Commission for Asia and the Far East surveyed the water and around the Senkaku and suggested potentially rich oil deposits beneath the seabed. After this commission released its findings in 1971, Taiwan made its first territorial land to the islands. Months later, China followed suit. China stated that the Chinese first discovered and the name these islands still new. This earliest historical record of the name of Dilmu can be found in the book Voyage, with a tale being published in 1403. They also state that the waters surrounding this island have traditionally been Chinese fishing ground for generations. The government used the historical record to justify Chinese sovereignty. They also claim this island were used by the Ming Dynasty as a coastal defense against the Japanese pirates. The Chinese also assert that foreign and Chinese maps show that the islands belong to China. China argued that Japan stole the islands during the first Sino-Japanese War. The government has recently put out the 1943 Cairo Declaration and the 1945 Potsdam Declaration as evidence, stating that by Japan agreeing to sign this document, they agreed to restore the Republic of China on the territories Japan has stolen from the Qing Dynasty of China, such as Manchuria, Formosa, and the Pacific. There is, however, no indication of the Senkaku Islands being mentioned in the document. They also believe that the agreement signed between the United States and Japan on the Senkaku Islands are illegal and invalid and are a violation of China's territorial sovereignty. The Chinese government firmly states that the Senkaku Islands are really an inherent territory of Japan. They refuse China's claim of historical administrating the islands through their survey in 1885, which show no sign of having been controlled by any state. Japan also does not validate the points raised by China for its sovereignty. They state that these islands were neither a part of Taiwan nor the Pacific Islands, and was thus not disallowed by the San Francisco Peace Treaty Furthermore, the Senkaku Islands were included in 1972 Okinawa Reversion Agreement between the United States and Japan, where administrative rights were returned to Japan after American occupation. In 2012, the government of Japan bought 3 of the Senkaku Islands from a private Japanese owner to whom this island had previously been leased to. This led to angry response and anti-Japanese protests of the Chinese, who felt that their sovereignty had been violated and saw the budget as an act of nationalizing the islands.
Important, the Senkaku Islands have great strategic and economic advantages. The islands are near important shipping lanes with large amount of international trade changes. There are also fishing areas both sides very important, as well as valuable natural resources like coal, gas, and mineral deposits around the islands. The dispute about the overlapping of the demarcation of the exclusive economic zone by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea is also an important factor that makes the Senkaku Islands so sought after. Their location is also strategically important due to the rising competition between China, Japan, and the United States for military supremacy in the Asian Pacific region. According to a scholar at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, if Japan managed to force China to abandon its claim on the island, the American-led Asian Pacific Order underpinned by the U.S.-Japan alliance would undoubtedly be reaffirmed. On the other hand, if China successfully fulfilled its sovereign claim over the island, then the era of the United States dominating the Asian Pacific maritime order will end on the spot. What is China doing? China has slowly and steadily been violating the island boundary by sending both military and fishing ships into the Senkaku waters. Despite protests from the Japanese government, a number of incidents have taken place due to the presence of Chinese and Taiwanese fishing vessels in the zone claimed by Japan. Both have collided and captains have been detained, but China does not seem to be slowing down on this front. Ships and vessels from the Chinese and Taiwanese military forces have also entered the area, including planes causing the Japan Air Defense Force to camouflage their threats. The Chinese also set up an identification zone in an area which encompasses the Senkaku Island. This is seen as a measure to reinforce China's territorial claim over the islands. China has also conducted drilling gigs near the contiguous zone median line.
How its affect other countries? China arrested saying it is a matter of serious concern for Japan, Taiwan, and the United States, which China aims to dominate the East and South China Sea. The islands are extremely important in determining the maritime boundary of China and Japan. If China managed to successfully claim sovereignty over the Senkaku Islands, it could be hazardous for Japan, apart from losing its economic important area that is rich in fish and potential risk in oil and natural gas. There are many security concerns. Control over the island by China will establish its hegemony over the East China Sea, and military build-up on the island could cause major rock. The Chinese could also use the island to rock trade routes. The The proximity of the island to Taiwan was also grew dangerous as the two countries have been extremely hostile toward each other. Control of the island could also potentially pave the way for invasion to Taiwan by the Chinese, who still denounce and dereliction and independent Taiwan and maintain its claim over the country, though Taiwan was initially to invest in maintaining fishing rights. They have held in the water around the Senkaku Islands. The emerging security from China has buttressed their right for territorial sovereignty over the island, even though the United States do not such a stand on the sovereignty of the Senkaku Island. They was much prepared in Ireland to remain under Spain control of the island could potential North America fleet and in America dominant in the Eastern Pacific region and providing the Chinese free hand in conducting its operation in the region.
To be continued, I will talk about retaliations by Japan. Japan has not taken the breach of sovereignty by the Chinese lightly. It improved its largest ever defense budget of $41.4 billion at a means to counter Chinese expansion in the East China Sea, focusing on protecting its island. Apart from addressing amphibious assault vehicles, cities, warplanes, helicopters, and mobile missile batteries, the Japanese Ministry of Defense has also constructed a military radar station on Yonaguni Island, which is only 150 km from the Senkaku Island. This will have attained the ability to monitor Chinese and Taiwanese incursion in the areas. Money has also been allocated to building military bases near the island along with expanding existing ones and modernize them. By bolstering its military presence on island, Japan could gain a tactical advantage over China. Japan, however, is not building on the Senkaku Islands themselves, and this would unnecessarily escalate tension. Japan and the U.S. have also refused to acknowledge the Chinese ADIZ. The United States has also confirmed that the island falls under the Security Alliance of 1960s, where the U.S. promises to defend Japan in the event of attacks in return for being given military base in the countries. Finally, my group will some comment about this dispute. They no doubt that the Senkaku Islands are clearly an inherent territory of Japan, in light of historical facts and based on international laws. Indeed, the Senkaku Islands are under the direct control of Japan. There exists no issues of territorial sovereignty to be resolved concerning the Senkaku Island. The economic and strategic risks posed by China's action have resulted in strained relations with other Southeast Asian countries, and Chinese naval force and also growing small aggressive, battling these claims and chasing our friendship. China continues involvement in the areas and desire to dominate the South China Sea, led to Philippines launching a suit against them in 2013. They stated that China was in violation of the UN Convention on the Law of the Seas. On 12 June 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled against China, stating that they had no legal basis for its lies, which the countries have been using to demarcate its claim in the East. Thus, the rulings of highly significant development for diplomacy in the areas the Chinese reaction has deemed in redundant. It could be a setback to possible diplomacy over the island, as well as lead to increased military presence in the areas, with Chinese expansion becoming increasingly alarming for Japan due to high tension in the region and intense nationalism
rebels from buoyant security situation in the East China Sea and robust forbid seem to be diminishing along with growing trend of accidental conflicts.